Oh, yeah. It is the Odd Couple. I'm Chris Broussard alongside my partner,
Rob Parker.
And we are broadcasting live from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there wherever there may be. They've got an unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, and more than 10,000 recommended installers.
Wow.
TireRack.com. It is the way sports talk radio should be. Actually, it's the way tire buying should be. The Odd Couple is the way sports talk radio should be. And let me throw in a little something. You hear our intro. One of us is at church. One of us is at houses of ill repute. But also, one of us has a funky, fresh leather backpack. Soul Precise, I think it's called.
Nice.
And another one of us is walking around with a plastic Marshall's bag. Real talk. Like, that's your backpack, man? That's how you rolling?
That's all I got right here.
How you gonna come up here with Jordans
and a Marshall's bag with my stuff in it?
A plastic Marshall's bag.
I'm roughing it here in Arizona, but it is good to be here on a Trash Talking Tuesday.
Yes.
And for people tuning in, guess what? We're throwing a wrinkle into Trash Talking Tuesday, Chris. For the first time since we've been doing Trash Talking Tuesday, what is it? We're in our 5th year.
Yes.
Trash Talking will now take part, Rob G, in the 5 o'clock hour, right? As far as Pacific. And what time? 7?
No, 5:45.
5:45 or
5:45
8:45
Pacific, 8:45 Eastern.
Yes.
So call in. You get 30 to 40 seconds. Same rules to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. But it's the second hour of the show, not the third.
And we might get some new people, Chris.
Yeah, we're looking for some new people.
Yeah, who have
Some
never
new blood.
really gotten a chance to trash us or trash.
If we get the
anything.
same people, that can be good because then we know, wow, you listen
for
all
2
3
hours.
hours.
Wow.
You know, that's good. That's good.
Hey, one last thing. I had a nightmare last night. I saw Tom Brady.
Did you have a glizzy in your mouth?
No, I did not.
There's a hot dog.
Chris,
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
My goodness gracious.
I'm just saying.
Well,
I saw a glizzy commercial in New York. I didn't know what a glizzy was.
You didn't even know what it was. It was worse than that. It was worse than that. I saw Tom Brady in his underwear, and I just can't get that picture out of my mind.
Well, then why you got it locked in your phone?
It's not locked in.
Rob was like, "Did you see this?" I was like, "Nah."
It's my screen.
He said he picked up his phone like, "Here." That is never coming out of Rob's phone.
Rob,
you got that and something about Robert Kraft.
No, I don't. That I don't
video.
have.
You never got that.
Yeah, I still want to see the video. Why can't we see the video?
Does anybody else want to see that video? I'm sorry, I'm not interested. But
You don't want to see it, Rob
no.
G. You never.
Definitely don't want to see
Elijah,
that.
you don't want to see it. Don
We
Martin,
got our boss
do you want to see
Don
it?
Martin here.
I want to see the Robert Kraft video from the strip mall. No. Of course you do. Oh.
Yeah, he has a picture of Brady in his underwear in his phone. Yeah, I mean this is why we're the Odd Couple. All right, let's get into it. We got Ephraim Salam joining us at the bottom of the hour. Of course, the Odd Couple crew. Super producer Rob G is here in the flesh. And I'm telling y'all, I'm done with the Husky jokes.
You know what?
Rob G is looking svelte.
And you know what? Rob G and I went out for dinner at Dan Marley's restaurant.
Did you last night? I went there
Chris
before.
went and got the hookup, a free meal.
Yeah, the co-owner came out and introduced himself to me. And
Chris.
How long did it take you to order your food?
2 minutes, seconds.
Right. Okay. Rob, how long did it take you to order your food last night?
Took us
like 15 minutes. It was so embarrassing. He's like, we might have to leave. We had already got our drinks. I can't order anything from here. And then he orders a very specific, like, I need to get a crouton or Caesar salad, no croutons.
Right.
You know that,
I need
right.
a hamburger with an extra piece of cheese on it, no bun. I also want the pickles and the onions on the side. I'm just staring. I'm like, oh.
So no, they didn't know you and all that?
Nah,
man.
They don't care.
So we really are the Odd Couple.
Oh,
they were all over me.
Yeah, I bet. Well, they were like, this guy looks white, but he might be black. I'm not sure. So they wanted to get a closer look.
I can flow.
Okay.
I flow in different spaces. Who else? DJ Alex Teicher, a.k.a. Alex the Vegan. And we got our man Elijah here doing the social media. And Sagar. I'm just meeting Sagar.
Yes.
Yeah, my man. All right, Rob, you have a take. You have a take. So if Patrick Mahomes loses on Sunday, he will be 1-2 in the Super Bowl. And I don't know if you even know about this stat, because Patrick Mahomes statistically, and I think really by just about any measure, pre-Super Bowl, so like the playoffs, the conference playoffs, is the best quarterback in postseason history. But in the Super Bowl, Rob, he's only got, in 2 Super Bowls, he got 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
And was shut out.
And 3 fumbles. Now, he didn't lose any of the fumbles, but 3 fumbles. And then, they got beat 31-9, but didn't throw a touchdown.
Right.
And so I feel like you rarely see Mahomes play poorly. A bad game for him is 260 yards and 1 touchdown and no picks. And people are like, wow, what happened to Mahomes? But in the Super Bowls, he had the great comeback in his first Super Bowl. That's awesome. But really struggled against the pressure that Tampa Bay brought against his depleted offensive line in 2020. So, Rob, what if he loses this Super Bowl? 3 Super Bowls in his first 5 years of starting is incredible. But if he loses this Super Bowl, you think it'll be incredibly damaging to his image, at least at this point.
Yeah, I do. Let me start here. In 2 Super Bowl games, you were talking about averaging 278 passing yards, Chris, 57.1% completions, a passer rating of 64.2, 2 touchdowns, and 4 picks. That's a stark contrast, right,
down
from his overall playoff averages, which is 300 yards per game, 66.7 completion, and a passer rating of 106.1, 32
ever.
touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Now those are huge numbers,
right.
So it's a big drop-off. And you look at it, if he gets there, right, he's there for the 3rd time in 5 years, Chris. But I'm here to say, really, if Patrick Mahomes loses this Super Bowl and you think he's Jordan-esque, I think that Patrick Mahomes becomes LeBron-esque. And he might wind up being more like LeBron, who we know made it to 10 championships in a row, Chris, but has the record of 4-6 in the championships.
In the finals, right.
In the NBA Finals. So I think there is a chance that you look at him, and this is like it follows suits with his coach Andy Reid, who has had these great runs, right, but haven't been able to win.
Reid is 1-2 in Super Bowls.
Right. Reid's been there, and even before that, he's been in a lot of NFC Championship games and AFC Championship
straight
games
with the Eagles.
Right.
Was it 4 or 5 straight?
Yeah, right. But I really think that there might be a chance you could start looking at Mahomes, and obviously this is a big if, because he's got to lose. If he loses, Chris, and doesn't play well, you could start to look and say, wow, he's one of the all-time greats, put up some fantastic numbers, and we've seen with LeBron, who can get to the finals, can't win it by himself, obviously, can't close it out.
Now, would you say that if he loses, plays great, but they lose? Because LeBron's always played well, other than Dallas. It would
be harder, but because his numbers are bad, I'm going to say he has to not play like himself. If they lose, he doesn't play well, all that combination, I think he's on that path.
So if he throws 3 touchdowns, 305 yards, and they lose a shootout, you don't feel like this comparison? I'm surprised because LeBron's had great finals.
Yeah, and
lost.
Right, but the difference is, I think in some of those circumstances, we've seen some meltdowns with LeBron.
Well, one,
right?
Really,
okay,
the Dallas.
And we also have seen where maybe LeBron wasn't always trying to take the biggest shot, or moments or circumstances in some games where you would question it. I don't know if Mahomes is like, the numbers just aren't, unlike LeBron, and I'll give you that, unlike LeBron, his numbers aren't good in the Super Bowl.
The first two they haven't
Right.
been great.
They're
Although
just-
the first one you kind of got to give
he
him
got
a pass
better.
'cause
He got
came
better in
back.
the fourth quarter,
Right,
but he won
came
the
back.
first
He had
three
the great
quarters.
comeback. Right.
He didn't play well.
Right, and they were down 10 with about 8 minutes left.
Exactly. So I think that I think you could make an argument, or at least say he's more on the road to being LeBron than he is to being Jordan. That's what I'd say if Patrick Mahomes loses yet another Super Bowl.
Well, first of all, being LeBron, it ain't bad.
It is if you wear a tuxedo to your game
we'll
today.
get into that. But LeBron is the second greatest player ever, and some people think the best ever. Him being one of those people. But so that's not a bad comparison. And you may already, because Jordan was 6-0, you may already feel like Mahomes is out of that.
He only lost once. Okay, he's got a long career ahead of him. He has a chance to compile some other numbers.
Good. So
and
you're
stats.
not just saying
I'm not closed
just
off
you
because he lost
one.
once.
Okay.
But you got to admit, even in your case of being Jordan-esque, if he loses this one and doesn't play well, would you have to pull back some on that?
I don't know. It would depend on the circumstances. Like if he's pressured to death, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously Philadelphia has the historic pass rush. If they're just on him all the time and McCole Hardman's not there, who isn't going to play in this game, then I think that's a different circumstance, you know. But I still think he has plenty of time. So I would not say that, because a lot of that was also based on the eye test and him doing things we haven't really seen before. So I feel, you know, comfortable with the Jordan-esque comparison. But here's what has to happen. He has to win more Super Bowls than he loses. That's the like Magic was 5-4 in the finals. Magic lost 4 finals, but he won 5.
No, a losing record.
People look more at LeBron's, like they know more about LeBron's 4-6 than Magic's 5-4 because it was the losing record.
Well, and also because LeBron is trying to take claim of being the greatest of all and greatest of all time, and you have a losing record in the biggest stage or the biggest games or the biggest matchups, right? So I think that's why people always look at that and go, can he really be the greatest when he didn't win? At least, again, you don't have to be perfect or be 6-0 in order for you to be considered that. You could lose. Muhammad Ali, and we're not saying he's the greatest boxer, but he lost.
Although he's known generally as the greatest.
Am I right? But he lost. He didn't win every fight.
Right.
And people look at Mayweather and go, well, he's undefeated. But you know what? He fought tomato cans. They don't even.
And he didn't fight Pacquiao when
they were in the prime. Yep. So you can look at that and take that away from him and go, I'm not going to acknowledge that he's undefeated or he's the best.
Right. Great point, because last night I did watch a documentary, The Kings is called. And it was about Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, and Roberto Duran.
Man, that was...
It was awesome. It's 4 parts. I watched it all. So I would recommend it to anybody that's a boxing fan. But they fought each other.
But that was
the thing. They fought each other.
Back then you had to fight to make money. You couldn't run from people or hide or get one big payday with some bum. You had to fight, and that's
they
what
lost.
made it.
All of them
lost.
Duran beat Leonard. Leonard beat Hagler. Hagler beat Duran and Hearns. Like, it was, but it didn't take away from your greatness.
That's what I'm saying.
And that, like, we're never gonna get Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I mean, because everybody's all up in arms about I got to be undefeated. Well, you're not going to be respected like the Warriors of the past who fought each other, but that's a whole nother topic. Will Patrick Mahomes be more on the LeBron path than the Jordan path if he loses this Sunday?
All right, Chris, let's kick it off with Eric in Seattle. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Eric?
How we doing, guys?
Doing great.
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. And again, Chris, coming from Seattle, Mr. Rob Parker, he is the professor, man. He's the man. So I'm gonna have to agree with you, Rob Parker. I think he's going to LeBron phase because, I mean, you got to think about injuries. You got to think about how many players each year they're going to lose. That's getting older. That want the big paydays, and how much longer is Reed going to coach? You know. So I think he's going to go that LeBron route. I really do.
All right.
Well, I think he'll be able to win without Andy Reid. You know, a lot of people thought he would struggle without, and I know Reid is great, but A lot of people thought he would struggle without Tyreek Hill, and he's been fine. He's going to win the MVP. And Reed, Rob, we've talked about this. He's only 64 years old.
Yeah, he looks a lot older.
Right. Not
we
nearly
were
as old
shocked.
as he looks. Right.
I mean, he's only 5 years older than me. My God, really?
Right. Well, that's not
that bad. Okay. Marty in Kentucky, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Marty?
What's up, fellas? How you doing this super week?
Hey,
Good,
we're
man. How are
great,
you?
man. All good.
I'm good, guys. It sounds like that Rob is making a case for Tom Brady when he's saying your legacy depends on your winning in the Super Bowls. And I think Rob's feelings about Tom have changed since he's seen this underwear.
They have changed in a bad way after seeing that, Marty. Marty, did you?
I think
Marty,
you got a
did
soft spot for him, Rob. I mean, the
Yeah,
opposite
something.
soft.
Marty? Did you see? No, I wasn't.
He's asking everybody if they saw it. No, I didn't
Marty,
see it.
did you see it?
He's shocked.
Yeah, I saw it.
See, Marty saw it, Chris.
Okay.
Marty, did you
Call
go?
up your phone. Let me
Marty,
see it,
did
Rob.
you? I don't have it. Marty, did you immediately go online and buy you a 3-pack or not?
I didn't even know. Honestly, Rob, I didn't look to see what brand it was or anything. I just kind of kept scrolling. But
Okay.
it sounded like you took long, hard.
Right. Rob marinated on it for a while.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But
baby
fellas,
oil.
Honestly, the Super Bowl is single elimination. I think football, you get a little bit more grace because anybody can lose one game. Jordan lost his first ever finals game. But in basketball, you get a 7-game series, and the best team usually wins. Anybody can lose one night, and football is so much more of a team sport. Even a quarterback doesn't have the impact of one star player in basketball. So I don't see it as viewed as the same way.
That's a nice take. That's a good take, Marty. Definitely.
All right, Marty, you Mahomes homer, whatever. Bye. Let's go to Tony in Victorville, California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. My family's up in Victorville. What's up?
Hey, good evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
I agree with you, Rob. He will be on the way to being like LeBron, but I think Mahomes is going to be different than LeBron. I think he'll get more championships. I think LeBron is more like a stat machine, and Mahomes is that way too. But his produces wins, and if he loses this one, you're right, he'll be 1-2. But I think he'll have a lot more opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, he'll be on that road. But, and one thing we got to do, Mahomes, I don't think he will catch Brady. Brady's record is phenomenal. And I don't think anybody will catch that. But he'll probably go down as the second greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Whereas, let's put to bed all the Jordan and LeBron talk. That's over with. LeBron is not. I don't care how many points he scores. He's not going to be Jordan.
Right, but wait a minute. But let me say this real quick. You say like he'll probably go down to second greatest. Well, he would have to win at least 4 Super Bowls, right? And you got Joe Montana's 4-0. I mean, like it's easy to say he's going to be the second. I don't even think that's a given, especially when you think of all the young quarterbacks in the AFC as well, Chris, that as you go along the way could be in the way. I mean, I don't think
Montana's been spectacular in Super Bowls.
Right.
I mean, he was even better than Brady statistically.
Exactly, but,
And the thing is, I don't think Mahomes has to win. I don't think Mahomes has to win 7 to surpass Brady.
I didn't say
5
that.
probably at least.
But he was saying that he's
At least.
automatically going to be number 2, and I don't think that.
Yeah, you can't just dismiss Montana like that.
Montana like that 4-0, 11 touchdowns, no picks, 3 MVPs in a final
Right.
in the Super Bowl. That's hard to duplicate.
Right.
I mean, like,
Right.
so that's all.
Yeah.